Starting to be the fall now. Our fall. Here in the latitudes closer to the equator. Semi-tropical. These maples produce a colossal amount of mulch. And they're huge, 100 feet tall sometimes, for sure. Probably 120. Canopy Road, take me home. I like to take the back ways. I like to stay out of traffic. Today I wanted to go to Lynn Haven, sit outside, enjoy the market, drink a coffee, lightly converse. Take a stroll through nature. Eat good food. I just rolled through that one. I think you call that a California stop. Tropical Smoothie is the closest restaurant to my house. Fast food. That's the healthiest fast food I can think of other than Chick-fil-A. I imagine Chick-fil-A is not doing the most humane of practices. I've talked to vegans, and from my experience, people that have been doing it a long time say they had to switch to some meat, or very rarely. I know it's the opening day of hunting season around here. Bow season. Most people gotta get in their truck, spend a lot of gas, and drive to go get to the woods. We can easily have culture, good food, sophistication, nature, hunting, fishing, agriculture in the sense of polyculture, accessible. I mean, I see it clearly. I wonder if just some topics are off limits. I'm sure they are. Why don't more people understand inflation? The schools around here are being more designed like prisons. I imagine they'd have to become more like prisons, because if they didn't, that means the people that are in charge would need to go to prison. They're hiding the fraud and the theft. They. Who is they? The credit default swappers. To me, linguistically, a credit default swap can be translated as slave trading in terms of an unpayable debt. Someone who has the burden of an unpayable debt is a slave. Even the idea of being a slave scares the shit out of people, because if the such is true, then that means they do have to take an action to take action, courage for their own freedom. The lie that we're free, I don't believe that shit. To a degree. I'm free. I like that idea. I don't want to point the fingers. Blame. It could keep going further and further back in history and time. These crossroad scenarios, suicide lanes, these are so dangerous. Driving is definitely a skill. Here I am taking an S-turn across the street with a blind turn, coming with traffic from the bridge. It's like, more people on the road, more dangerous scenarios. You want to solve infrastructure, one, don't associate it with roads and bridges. Clear your mind. Two, you got to work within the legal and moral framework first, before any type of stuff can come about. I immediately remembering at 9/11 what war would cost. I remember seeing all these things that were promised to us just kind of disappearing before my eyes. Realizing that money that would have taken to create those things would not have to be spent on war. So they don't like the decisions we children are making. How we're spending our time, our money, our energy. So they'll just choose to spend it for us. The events in the Middle East, these deserts, or the resonation of war within our own borders. The drug war has increased violence, murders mainly, especially within the inner city, where there's a lot of people. Because substances, in many cases, have been illegal, so they can't use the court system. Some people, very intelligent people, have said they can't believe they didn't know, or we didn't know, that our president was a cocaine dealer.